Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're gonna be replacing some sensors on this Nissan Maxima. So this is a 2008 Nissan Maxima 3.5 3.2 or 5. I'll check it out. I'll show you exactly what it is. Anyways, I do the car stalls out every once in a while, and check engine light popped up, and this is 3.5 liter. Anyways, we have a code here. Let me turn this down. So the code here is P0345. okay, that's the code right there. All right, and cam position sensor bank 2. Okay, so there is bank 1 and bank 2. So what are we gonna do is we're gonna disconnect this. We're not gonna reset the light yet till the customer agrees. And we do have a check engine, also the traction and all those lights come on. But anyways, we got a problem with the sensor here. It's very common with these Maximas. So the bank 2, I'm going to show you which one is a bank 2, but I would recommend you change both sensors, okay, cam 1 and cam 2. Okay, the reason is because it's common for these Nissans to lose signal on the cam position sensors. Okay, so I am going to order the pieces and show you exactly where you're looking at. Okay, so the bank 2 is this one right here, close to the radiator, and the sensors right there. Okay, they're not easy to take off, these sensors, but they do come out pretty easy. All you need to do is push down on that green tab. And same thing, one in the back, you see green right there, that's bank 1 is in the back, bank 2 is in the front. So what I like to do is I like to change them both. So I am going to get sensors for both the banks. I'm going to show you the part number, and I'll show you the part and everything, and we'll replace it. If the customer disagrees, then you might not see me move on any further with this video. And other than that, nothing else. Okay, so I got the sensors. So the code 340 P0340 is bank 1, that's the one in the back. P0345 is the one in the front. And I do have two sensors, they're two different part numbers. We're gonna match them up. That's one of them, and that's another one. Okay, that's a part number, and that's a brand Bacardi and Bacardi. So they're two different sensors. You see this one is straight, this one goes in the back, that's bank 1, and the part number ends with 91. This one's up in the front here, it's just like that, and that one ends with 90. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this duct pipe here. So I'm gonna take off, not take off, but loosen that up right there. Loosen this up, and there's no other pipes. And we're gonna take off the clamp here, but I'll take off the clamp on this end. The reason why I'm doing this so you can see it better, but really you can reach everything from right there. And to move this connector, you're gonna just push down really hard on that. So push down really hard on that tab. Use a screwdriver if need to, and this clip should just pop up. So I went and got me this flathead. So you're gonna push down really hard. Again, let's give it another try. And it should hold itself down. That's how they usually work, but I think these are broken. So I'm gonna have to push down on it and use my second hand to remove the connector. Before that, let's get rid of this. Okay, once you have everything loose, just yank it over here and yank over there and pull out this pipe here, remove that connector. Make sure you put that connector back in, or you're gonna have a vacuum leak. All right, now you're gonna have a lot more space, okay, to work. So what we're gonna do is push this down and pull up on the connector. All right, so I'll push down on the connector, and then you can just yank it right up, and everything will just come up. Sometimes your connectors will break, and you can use a little bit of silicone that should hold it in. But notice this green tab is not sticking up no more. So when you put it back in, it's gonna go click and pop up. That's how you're gonna know it's locked in. All right, so now I'm gonna go get number 10, and we're gonna remove the number 10 down there. Okay, so I'm gonna get a number 10mm socket or a wrench, and you're simply gonna just turn on that bolt. And this is bank 1 sensor here. I'm sorry, bank 2. This is bank 2, not bank 1. Let's give it a few turns. Once it's loose, you should be able to take it off by hand. And that's the bolt. After that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just wiggle this sensor a little bit, not too much, just wiggle it around. And if you need to, put your flathead screwdriver right at the neck and force it out. And there's your sensor for bank 1. Bank 2, I keep saying bank 1. And once you get the sensor out, just make sure you clean the bore here. Get a rag, clean rag, and just clean out the bore, because the new sensor is gonna go in there and it's gotta be flush. Okay, so I got my new sensor here. I did put a little bit of oil all around that seal, a little bit of clean oil, and then you're gonna take the sensor, stick it in the hole, and you should feel the seal clamp right in, and make sure you just line it with the hole there, and it will softly just go right in to its spot. And then we're gonna take the bolt and put the bolt in. Okay, now we got our bolt. You're gonna take this. You can move the sensor around a little bit, turn it if you need to. Make sure you catch all the threads before you put your wrench on. And make sure the sensor is nice and flush. And you're pretty much done. After that, make sure you put your connector in. And we're gonna do the same thing for the other sensor. I'm gonna take our number 10 wrench here and just give it a few turns. And it's gonna push the sensor in even further. And once you feel the bolt is nice and tight, you're good. Okay, after that, just make sure you have no oil in this connector, because a lot of times you have oil there that will mess up things too. And now, you see, it clicked a little bit and the green tab came right back up. And this is done. We're gonna do the same thing for the back sensor, which is a little bit more difficult because it's a little bit further. Okay, now we're gonna reach back over here, okay? This one's gonna be a little bit difficult. Just be careful with the harness. And once you push that in, you should be able to move the connector. If it doesn't come out, then you're gonna have to use both hands. Okay, use both hands. Let me give it another try. Nope, so I'm gonna try both hands and I'm gonna show you. Okay, so what I did was I put my hand right through here and I pushed the connector. You gotta push it really hard. And after that, you're gonna be able to remove this connector. All right, now I'm gonna go get a socket extension and a ratchet, and I'm gonna take out that sensor right down there. Let me just give you a better look. Just too many wires all around it. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna reach from right over here. It's gonna be hard for the camera to see. Let's see if the camera can see. Let me move this connector out of the way. I'm using this 3/8 ratchet with extension and a number 10. And you should be able to remove that bolt completely. And it should be able to come out with your socket and a ratchet just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll just let it sit there. Okay, now I'm gonna reach in here. Let me see if I can yank out the sensor. Very simple and easy. There you go. Okay, so let's clean the bore where the new sensor is gonna sit. All right, I'm gonna clean that up and then we're gonna put the new sensor in. Okay, so here's the new sensor. Make sure you put a little bit of oil all around the seal here. Okay, and after that, you're gonna take your sensor and stick it right in, line it with the hole again, same place, and it should snug right in. That thing just went in like a baby. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna grab our bolt with the extension from right over here. You should be able to reach it, and you should be able to line it, and you should be able to grab as many as threads possible. Okay, after that, all you're gonna do is you're gonna snug that sensor, give it a little bit of tightness to it. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how simple it is, guys. Both of these sensors shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes to change them, okay? Probably less than that. And then your connector here again is self-retaining. There you go. You heard a click? That's all you're gonna do. Once you hear that click, you're gonna know it's in there and it's solid. Okay, put this back in. Make sure you tighten that. Make sure you tighten this clamp here. Make sure you put this vacuum pipe here and make sure you push that clamp in. I use this to get that clamp up in there. Bada bing, bada boom, you're all done and set. Thank you for watching, guys. Nissan Maxima, any other Nissan is the same procedure. They all have the same fault. A lot of these stall. So this Maxima did stall, okay? So anyways, thank you. Don't forget to reset the light. A lot of time I do not recommend you disconnect the battery cable here because you will kill the memory on the throttle. You'll have RPM codes, throttle body codes. Just try to invest into a smaller scan tool like I have over here. Even though I use a big Snap-on, this one works pretty good, 80 bucks, 90 bucks, and it does a hell of a job. Thank you, subscribe, and bye-bye.